everybody. Welcome to the See the Story segment, our signature segment of the 3-hour news show. And as we know, Christmas was just yesterday. Sometimes we like to give flowers to others during Christmas. And obviously, you know, we want to place them somewhere where they can last, right? But a vase might not just last long enough.
True.
And we would want to we would want to extend the lifespan of flowers. And we can now, namely through the art of what is it called?
Pressed? I think pressed flowers.
And pressed flowers.
Yes.
Indeed, yes. Wow, basically what you do is you put a flower, you press it, and then it makes it flat, doesn't it?
I think so, but who are we to give all of these explanations?
Exactly.
We have to ask the expert later on. And I still have some flowers from Mother's Day.
Oh yeah.
22nd of December was Mother's Day, right?
2 days ago.
So yeah, I'm still wondering what can I do with those flowers now. Maybe this is the answer.
Now, because of their flat nature, dried and pressed flowers are easier to store. They can be stored in a way that prevents dust accumulation, making them suitable for scrapbooks, souvenirs, or accessories.
This trend aligns with the growing demand for eco-friendly alternatives in various aspects, including floral arrangements as consumers seek sustainable options.
Dried and pressed flowers has emerged as a practical and sustainable choice compared to fresh flowers, or opening up new business opportunities in the area of sustainability as well. They also make quite beautiful decorations to put on your tables and kind of walls as well, don't they? Very amazing. And to learn more about this business opportunity in Indonesia, let's welcome our guests today from Stella Corne, Jennifer Hakim, and Stella Ajong. Good evening, guys. Good evening, ladies. Hello.
Hi, hello. Good
Welcome
evening.
to the studio.
Yes,
Okay, thank you for inviting us.
Thank you for being here.
Well, first of all, out of all the business opportunities that are now available, why did you choose to focus on creating dried pressed flowers? Where did the idea come to be?
Okay, so it started in 2017. Corona, our other partner, and I started the business. Back then, pressed flowers weren't really popular, just like now. So usually you can find them utilized in bookmarks, you know? Yeah, I assure that were a lot of bookmarks, pressed flowers, right? And then we were looking for inspirations online, many crafts from people outside Indonesia. And we found, we stumbled upon this people who are arranging pressed flowers inside of an acrylic frame. We tried to see whether we are capable to make them, but apparently the resources were quite easy to find. And then we tried to press our very, very first flowers. Those are simple flowers that you can find anywhere, such as Asoka and Bougainvilleas. They dried easily, and then we were able to make a really, really simple arrangement. They turned out very nice. They look pretty, and we were able to make many things from them. So that's why we were interested in developing more and more products from pressed flowers. They're easy, they're pretty. That's why we were focusing on them.
Totally agree. They're so pretty. And that makes me wonder, the process behind it. Could you perhaps guide us how to make one? I mean, the name is dried pressed flowers. Do you have to have the dry flower, or can you have a fresh flower and then you dry it and then you press it? How does it work?
Okay, so initially, back when we started, we used to order some dried flowers from suppliers, which are local farmers.
I see.
But now, after years of learning and trying, we are confident to preserve it ourselves. And so we sometimes order the fresh flower instead to the flower farm, local flower farm, because our workshop is in Bandung. So we ordered it from Lembang, and then we process it. We also can just use some flowers from our garden at home, or some leftover flowers from a wedding bouquet.
Does it produce different qualities though, when you preserve it yourself or when you buy from a supplier?
Now, because we have learned from so many resources, like we have joined some workshops abroad also. So I can say that our standards are
similar.
Quite similar right now.
Okay. And are there different types of flowers that you can use, or are there any kind of specific flowers that you prefer to use for dried and pressed flowers? Because I think some, when they are dried and pressed, have different effects, don't they?
Yeah. So first of all, don't use dying flowers.
Dying flowers?
Yeah, because when we use the dying flowers, there will be a higher risk of mold growing on it,
Okay,
and it will be rotten. So for the best result, we have to use the fresh flowers instead.
Like the freshest ones you can get on your bouquet.
Yeah, and also, of course, thin flowers are better and easier to dry than the thicker one. So if you want to dry a thick flower, you have to add several more steps in the drying process.
Okay.
If you want to press this one, like the rose, you should pluck the petals and then press the petals one by one and make sure that, you have to make sure that it was dried perfectly. And then after that, we have to reconstruct it so that it will look like a whole rose.
I didn't know that the process could be so complicated.
Yeah.
Wow. And Messi, if you look at this artwork right here, you can see that although it's dried and pressed already, but the colors remains there.
Yeah, they're quite well preserved, aren't they?
I think that was the key, right? What you mentioned, that we have to work with fresh flowers.
Yeah.
We cannot work on dying flowers or even flowers that are already dried.
Already wilted, yeah.
Wilted, exactly.
It's really fun.
Yeah. But
fresher ones retain their colors best compared to the already wilting one.
okay, so that's the secret. And after it became an artwork like this, do we need a special treatment or anything to make it stay like this?
Yeah. So as we know, pressed flowers are very fragile, so we have to treat them carefully. And because this is dried, we have to keep them away from the direct sunlight and then the humidity. And if you already pressed it and then you decided that you don't want to use it immediately, you have to store it in an airtight plastic vacuum.
Okay.
So that it will change in color and everything. Yeah.
Okay. In this particular one, do you use resin to keep the flowers all kind of stay in one place, or is it more like you just glue them onto the
Yeah, we just glue them together and put them inside of this glass frame.
I see.
But for the resin one, you usually use them for accessories for the smaller ones. But for pressing and drying fresh flower bouquets like this, we usually just glue them and put them inside the frame.
Okay.
Oh, Stella, before we go any further, I'm sorry, I think your outer is covering your microphone.
Oh,
can
sorry.
You move it a little bit? Thank you, so we can hear you clearer.
Okay.
All right. Oh, wow, it's amazing.
It is
so
absolutely beautiful.
You use glue
Yeah.
here. Can I move it?
Yeah, sure.
So where's the glue? I can't even see one. It's so neat and lovely. So how do you keep this in place? I mean, where did you put the glue?
We put the glue between the flowers
Oh.
and with the flowers to some part of the frame.
I see.
But it's so seamless.
Yeah,
you can't even notice.
You really
You
can't
have
tell.
to put the glue deliberately. You cannot just like, I can glue anywhere. No, you have like to carefully put on some places
Right.
to
Yeah.
make sure it stays strong.
It almost looks two-dimensional up until the point where you actually really take a look at it and you realize, oh, those are real flowers. And I mean, this isn't the only products that you created. You've also made necklaces, you've made bracelets as well, and you've made even a little. I wouldn't call that a little, not statue. What's it called?
Which one?
It's a photo stand with a picture of somebody who's recently graduated, but in cartoon face.
Yeah.
So, I mean, considering the diversity of the products that you guys have made, is the demand for dried pressed flowers currently quite high, or is it kind of still developing, the demand?
Oh, yeah. From our conversations with our customers and the people who visit our stores and when we were joining creative markets, there are apparent rising interest for creations from pressed flowers, but I think it's not reaching like the peak maturity demand yet because people are still figuring out, and then there are still some element of surprise when we tell them, yeah, we sell accessories from real flowers, and they're like, what, really? But then between people who already know that we provide accessories and jewelries from real flowers, some of them actually coming to us with specific demands. Like, do you have daisy bracelets? Do you have rose necklaces? Do you have rose earrings? So it's really nice to see that people are, how to call it, they're appreciating more and more.
Yeah, they're getting more engaged, right?
Yeah, that's true. And then people are starting to want to know, oh, this is from real flowers? Can I know what kind of flowers is it? Like, is there any meaning behind it? Like, they want to know more. So I'm actually really happy to see that from our customers, and I do hope in the future people can, you know, get more interested, want to know more, and get more engaged with pressed and dried flowers creations. Not only arrangements like this, not only accessories, maybe something else.
Okay.
Wow, we can see that the demand is increasing, and that's partly, of course, because of the innovations that you've made. Now, out of all these amazing products, which one is your personal favorite? Like, oh, I come up with this original idea to make this. Which one? Out of them all.
It's kind of hard.
If you have to pick one.
Do you want to pick first?
Okay, for me, this one is my favorite because we literally preserve it from a fresh bouquet. So right now we are opening a new line of product and service. We actually preserve our customer fresh flower bouquet from their wedding, so they can.
That is actually really smart.
Yeah.
And from other occasions as well, right? Like Mother's Day.
Yeah. That's an excellent idea.
Wow. And how much does this cost? This type of service?
The preserving bouquet service is starting from, I guess it's 2 million.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 million rupiah. Whoa,
But
that's
you
not
get
cheap.
Yeah, it's not. But for something that you can have forever
Exactly.
on your desk or on your table, you
Totally
know,
worth it.
worth it.
And they have explained all the intricate process behind it, right? You don't just press a flower, no. You have to deconstruct, dry it, reconstruct it, glue it seamlessly like this. So I think 2 million is okay.
It is. It isn't bad at all. But it's true that, you know, there are these products, but you do workshops as well, don't you? Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Okay, so at first, we do workshops mainly on stuffs we develop first, you know. This one, the pressed flower arrangement in acrylics. The motive behind the workshop is more like to show people how we enjoy doing these things, so people can know more intimately about what we are doing in the workshop, and they can share the joy. So usually the workshops can last between 2 to 3 hours, but it's done over coffee and snacks.
Okay.
So usually the participants can, you know, share their knowledge to each other. Some people are usually hobbyists already, and some people are actually wanting to learn for business. It is done casually, so we can talk comfortably with each other. We can share the joy, and then people can bring back what they did from the workshop to put at home.
Are you not afraid of competitors? I mean, you're teaching someone the same business.
Yeah, we were afraid at first. Like, you know, there's always a chance where somebody will join our workshop and like copying from step to step to step. Right? Yeah. But then, because we R&D our products ourselves, we can rely on our brains and creativity power, right? Yeah. As long as we can do research and development, we can always be one step ahead to people who copy our stuff exactly.
And not to mention that you create a community, you know, by having these workshops as well. And so people, I mean, hopefully that would kind of garner people who have, you know, taken part in the workshop to see the products that you made and, you know, buy them as well.
Yeah. That's true.
I'm being very optimistic at the moment. But,
but what's business without challenges? Of course, you have challenges. Can you name a few, perhaps, during this times that you've been developing this business? Perhaps you can share with us and our viewers.
Okay. What do you have in mind?
Okay, so yeah, doing business is not always easy, right?
Right.
So we also have our struggle.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, of course, the competitors. We have to think about our R&D, about our products. How do we keep on going? And we actually just opened our store, offline store in Jakarta. And that was like the first experience for us. And then, yeah,
it's really struggling because nobody really teaches you if you're opening a store what to do as the first step and then what to do next. So we have to scramble here and there. It's like, what should we do? Did we do this right? Is our decision wrong? Yeah, stuff like that. Like experiencing big decisions for the first time currently is our big challenge.
But why did you decide to open an offline store? Before you do it all online, right?
Yeah.
Is there any specific reason?
So, based on our experience, by existing offline, we can actually meet our customer directly, and then we can we can explain more about our products and what they need, what they want to personalize more. And then by opening a store, it will also open another door for us, like
that's true.
Being invited to this.
To the show.
That's true.
And they can see this in person because sometimes
that's true.
from pictures you can't really see how beautiful it is, right?
That's one of the main reason of the offline store, because as convenient as online is, it's kind of hard to get a feel of a physical
Right, of course.
from photos compared to like you can touch on the products themselves.
Totally agree.
So really, the physical shop has actually been an opportunity for the business, hasn't it? But speaking of opportunities, I mean, people buy flowers, a lot of flowers in Christmas as well. How has that been for you so far?
Yeah, Christmas, we know that people getting a lot of gifts for their close ones in Christmas, but we do have to, make a few strategies because our main product, the flower arrangement in acrylic, doesn't sell as well during this season because people usually are going for something that the recipient can enjoy, or even like wearable ones like rings, bracelets, and necklace. So we have to make especially design Christmas ornaments or even jewelries that people can give comfortably as a Christmas gift. And well, at least so far, our research and development quite paid off because people seem interested and there's a demand for this as a Christmas gift. So yeah,
amazing.
I think that works. Yeah.
I still want to find out more about this business, and I certainly want to learn how to make one. But we're going to have to take a little break, but see, the stories will continue after that break. Still with Jennifer and Stella right here, so please do not go anywhere. Stay with us.